Welcome to Politico Voice of the World, where we dive into diverse political views and global insights. Today let's dive into India's role in the global world. The biggest democracy in the world became the most populous country in the world in 2023. It contributes to 3.5 to 4% of the world's GDP, which is approximately $3.9 to $4 trillion. Looking ahead to 2030, India is widely projected to be one of the world's top economic powerhouses, with many experts and institutions aligning on strong growth expectation. Let's break it down into a few key areas. Growth. India is now the fifth largest economy in the world by nominal GDP and third largest by PPP, purchasing power parity. Manufacturing push. Through initiatives like Make in India, the country's trying to become a manufacturing hub to rival China. Startup ecosystem. India is the third largest startup ecosystem globally, with major hubs in Bengaluru, Hyderabad, and Delhi. Global South leadership. India is positioning itself as a voice for developing nations. G20 presidency, 2023, was a big moment where India hosted world leaders and pushed for inclusive growth, digital transformation, and climate responsibility. Quad and BRICS, actively balancing relations between Western and Eastern blocs. Digital public infrastructure, platforms like Aadhaar, UPI, and Co-Win are being hailed globally as scalable models for public services. AI and space. India's space agency ISRO achieved a historic moon landing, Chandrayaan-3, on the lunar South Pole, and there's growing interest in AI and quantum computing. Bollywood, yoga, cuisine, and Indian diaspora contribute massively to India's cultural influence. Cricket diplomacy and cultural exports are helping reshape global perceptions of India. Now let's talk about current events. Rather than aligning itself with any one power bloc, India has strategically positioned itself as a balancing force, maintaining partnerships across ideological divides while asserting its autonomy and national interests. This approach has been particularly evident in how India has engaged with some of the most pressing international developments today. In the case of the Ukraine war, India has adopted a stance of nuanced neutrality. While it has not condemned Russia directly, India has consistently called for peace and dialogue, emphasizing that this is not an era of war. This message, delivered by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to President Vladimir Putin, has resonated globally and even been echoed in Western diplomatic circles. In the Middle East, India's role has evolved from that of a trade partner to a strategic stakeholder. Relations with the UAE and Saudi Arabia have deepened, driven by shared economic interests, energy cooperation, and the presence of a large Indian diaspora. India's relations with the European Union are also experiencing a significant upswing. Negotiations for a free trade agreement, FTA, are progressing, with both sides eager to conclude a deal that would open markets for goods, services, and technology. The EU sees India as a crucial Indo-Pacific partner and a reliable alternative to China in global supply chains. In return, India is looking to Europe for investment in clean energy, electric mobility, and high-tech sectors. Meanwhile, India's relationship with China remains a complex mix of economic engagement and strategic competition. India's rise is real, inspiring, and full of potential, but it is also fraught with contradictions. For every achievement, there is a challenge that must be addressed if the country is to realize its full promise. A youthful population, technological prowess, and economic ambition provide the fuel for transformation, but only by confronting these darker realities can India rise not just in wealth or power, but in justice, dignity, and inclusion for all its people. Thanks for watching. If you found this informative, don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts. Subscribe for more updates on global events and political insights. Until next time.